She locked her front door at 10:02 p.m., and by 10:15, she was gone. No break-in, no struggle, no goodbye, just silence. This is the case that keeps detectives awake at night. It happened in the fall of 2004, in a small town tucked away in the Midwest. The kind of place where neighbors mowed each other's lawns, kids played until the streetlights came on, and crime meant nothing more than a bike stolen off a porch. But on one October night, the innocence of this town vanished, along with a 32-year-old woman named Sarah Mitchell. Sarah was the kind of person everyone seemed to know, a nurse at the local hospital, friendly, dependable, and always smiling. She lived alone in a modest two-story house just outside the town center. On the night of October 12th, she finished a late shift, picked up groceries, and called her sister to say she was heading home. That was the last time anyone heard her voice. The timeline is chilling. Security cameras show Sarah's car pulling into her driveway at 9:58 p.m. At 10:02, her porch light flicked on. Neighbors saw her unlock the door, step inside, and close it behind her, and then nothing. The next morning, Sarah didn't show up for work. Calls to her phone went unanswered. By noon, co-workers grew worried and called her sister. Together, they drove to Sarah's house. Her car was still in the driveway. Groceries sat untouched in the back seat. The front door was locked from the inside. When they finally got in, what they found still haunts this town. The house was eerily still. A lamp was on in the living room. Sarah's shoes were by the door. Her phone sat on the kitchen counter. On the table, 2 glasses of wine, one half empty, the other wiped clean. Sarah's purse and keys were in their usual spot. But Sarah, she was gone. No forced entry, no broken windows, no signs of a struggle. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Police swarmed the house. They dusted for prints. They checked every inch of the yard, the basement, the attic. Nothing. But one detail stood out. The back door was deadbolt from the inside. Whoever had been with Sarah either left through the front door or never left at all. Detectives began unraveling Sarah's life, searching for suspects. The first obvious choice, her ex-boyfriend Michael. Their relationship had ended badly, with fights overheard by neighbors. Michael claimed he hadn't seen Sarah in weeks. His alibi? Watching a game at home. Alone. Then there was Mark, a doctor who worked with Sarah. He had asked her out multiple times. She always said no. The night she vanished, Mark claimed he was out of town at a medical conference. Police confirmed he had checked into a hotel, but not whether he had stayed there all night. And then, the most haunting lead, a neighbor reported seeing a figure walking down the street around 10:20 p.m. A tall man in a dark coat, head down, moving quickly. But when asked to describe him further, the neighbor froze. They said, "I don't know, it was too dark, but I felt like he was watching me." Inside Sarah's home, detectives discovered something even stranger. Her journal. The last entry, written just 3 days before she vanished, read, "He won't stop knocking. I told him no, but he doesn't listen. I feel like I'm being watched." No name, just those words. The search stretched for weeks. Cadaver dogs swept the woods. Helicopters scanned the fields. Volunteers combed the trails. Nothing. No trace of Sarah. It was as if the earth had swallowed her whole. Months later, a chilling clue surfaced. A voicemail on Sarah's sister's phone, left at 1 a.m. the night she disappeared. A man's voice whispering, "You should have opened the door." The call was traced to a payphone 2 towns over. By the time detectives arrived, the phone had been ripped out of the wall. Detectives followed every lead. Michael, the bitter ex-Mark, the colleague who wouldn't take no for an answer, the unknown man on the street. But every alibi, every piece of evidence crumbled. Years passed. The case grew cold. Sarah's house was eventually sold. The new owners said they sometimes hear footsteps upstairs, even when no one is home. Some neighbors claim the porch light flickers on late at night, just like it did on the evening Sarah vanished. And then, the strangest twist of all, every October, on the anniversary of her disappearance, someone leaves a single red rose on her doorstep. No one ever sees who. No one ever claims it. Detectives who work the case admit it still keeps them awake at night. A woman vanishes from a locked house. 2 glasses of wine. A diary entry about being watched. A midnight voicemail that chills the blood. And no body. No answers. No justice. So, what really happened, Sarah Mitchell? Was it the jealous ex-boyfriend? The colleague who couldn't let go? A stranger lurking in the night? Or was it someone even closer? Someone no one ever suspected? Tell me what you think in the comment below, because until the truth comes out, this will remain the case that keeps detectives awake at night.